this. Somebody else wanted to watch that wasn't able to come, is to experience controlled out of body. And I started with Darius in around September. And I have had a couple OBEs, but they weren't controlled. And so that got me thinking, because the healing work that I do, it is reconstructing or structuring the 12th dimensional light body, which is a basic structure that's fractal in nature. It goes from the smallest particles all the way up to the, galactic levels. It's within all manifest matter. And so I was, because I verified that I had corrected my own, light body and have been helping other people. I was starting to wonder what would it be like if the, somebody that had OBEs that was, pretty good at exiting, if they had would it make any difference or not, whether or not they had the Cathara? That's what that structure is called, the Cathara grid. So the inverted one or the distorted one is called the Kabbalah tree of life. And
Oh, you mean to say the Kabbalah is the distorted one?
right.
Oh, yeah.
It
Okay.
is, and everything. So when I first started learning how to read frequencies, subtle energies, I was able to verify that everything, after I had found out that I had that light body, because I had learned how to map out my own light bodies at that point. And I was able to verify that I, had that. I didn't even know I had it, actually. I just was mapping out my light body, and that's when I discovered that I
When
had
you said you didn't know you had it,
the 12th dimensional light body instead of the
okay,
Kabbalah tree of life.
okay, okay.
And so then, I started exploring what that was all about, and whether or not other people could do that, or, all these kind of questions that I had. So that was in around 2024. And so in the meantime, I've done healings on people, and I've worked with, I try and work, my favorite person or my ideal person to work with is our healers, because I can actually test the frequencies coming out of their hands, or the words they speak, or the frequencies that they're transmitting, and that kind of. And I've seen significant improvements in a lot of different things with them when they've gotten this correction. So I was wondering now, because it raises your frequency so high when this Cathara grid is activated, that it allows it, you have to hold at least 12 dimensions within your field in order to hold that light body.
So how did you activate that?
The way I activate it is through a frequency transmission that I transmit from my hands. And
So
I can do it over Zoom. I can do it in person, but this is everything on everything, like say a pen or a piece of plastic also surprisingly has that structure, or should have that structure, but they don't, because this has been manipulated for millions or billions of years that we have been without this. And what it does is it causes you not to be able to progress spiritually here in this realm. And so the question I had was how would this or would this correction impact somebody that was having OBEs? Would they be able to access more on the other side, after they leave their body? Or would they interact with different beings or, than they normally would, say it's that kind
Because it does change the frequency of the person, right?
yeah, it
Okay.
completely
Okay.
changes it. It actually even changes the spin of the atoms because I can measure the light coming off of people, the angle of light. So
So when you acted, you say you had the spontaneous OBE instead of the controlled one. Uh, and this is only your recent experience of it? Is that what you're saying? Since you joined Darius, obviously.
So since I joined Darius, I've been trying, but I haven't had one, controlled. Um,
Okay.
the one I did have, that was the most dramatic, um, was I was laying on the grass. It was Earth Day, and I was laying out on the grass, on a towel in my front yard, and just laying there. And I had done some meditations, and all of a sudden I felt myself floating up, and this was what clued me into what I was, floating, and I I could feel my body turn like this, and it all of a sudden started taking off, and I could see underneath me all the like the earth moving so quickly, and I was taken to Stonehenge, and I had been to Stonehenge before, around 2019, and I would say this was in 2022, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when I went to Stonehenge, in 2019, I was guided to go there. The guardians wanted me to go there to do some energy work. And I just ended up finding some people that were going. And so it was like, okay, and so I did some energy work there, and that's also my Stargate. So each person that's an angelic human being that has an angelic DNA template, they have a tribe. Like, so there's 12 tribes. I'm sure you probably heard of the 12 tribes, in the Bible. So each of the tribes is responsible, or were responsible for protecting one of the 12 main stargates on Earth. And each person that, is like, say you're from tribe one or whatever,
How
you
did you find out?
by frequency testing.
Oh, that alone will give you the entire map, pretty much,
Well,
of your.
where the stargates are, and how the tribes and all that, that's from Kilonic Sciences. And if you've never heard of that, you should look into it, because it's massive amounts of information that, it wasn't allowed to be, it was kept from humanity for eons. It's from
Mhm.
crystal, Doric plates, there, and the information comes through, Oceana Dean, or she's changed her name now. So I use the way I can verify things is I use the graphics from Kilonic Science, as well as sound tones. Sound tones have frequencies, everything has frequencies. So I can find the frequency of myself, and then I can compare myself in sound tone or in graphics or whatever, of what matches with me. And so, that's part of the work I do for people, as well as mapping out their spiritual coding.
Mhm. Mhm.
And,
Yeah, I looked at your website, so that's very impressive. You got a lot of knowledge within you. Yeah.
and so that's with coupled with biogeometry and then the Kelonic sciences, it's led me to this whole journey because I would never have found out I had the healing abilities. I would have never found out I, corrected my own light body.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can verify that I, you know, have changed somebody's frequency and their light bodies by the subtle energy testing that I do.
Mm.
Um, but so I was looking for some volunteers that have OBEs that might be interested in having this healing that I do that's corrects the light body, the tree of life for that person. And I normally charge, it depends if I give somebody a discount, but it's around $800 to do it.
Wow.
It's a lot of work. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just healing, but it's I meet with them 3 times, and each one is about 2 hours each meeting. And then I meet with
I'm
them.
so sorry. Just give me one sec.
Okay.
My budgie is talking. Does that
Oh,
bother you? I can move him away.
I think he's cute flying around.
Okay, okay. He talks when he hears
Oh,
some and all this stuff. Okay,
if,
sorry
if,
about that. I just want to make sure it doesn't
if
bother you.
if he's not bothering you, then
No,
that.
I'm so used to him, so I'm okay.
Yeah,
Just
thanks
you.
for asking. Um, and then so I do research beforehand to find out what the person's coding, is. And then I go over that with them in a Zoom meeting. And then the next meeting that we do, I do the healing transmission, frequency transmission. And then once we're done with that, then I meet with them one last time to go over what has changed. And then I keep in touch. And if they're healers, then I do more extensive research because I'll do testing on things. And once they start progressing, because it some people will instantly get like all the all the light bodies it's possible pretty much that they can hold. Certain people can hold more than others, but so and it's a bio spiritual thing. It's not really about what you have done. It's more about what's your birthright. We
So basically, it is the blueprint. Like,
it's
it
a
doesn't matter whether it has been sort of affected by our life. It's just like you said, it's our birthright. So it is the original blueprint per se.
right. Mhm.
Okay.
What God would have, source have us have. It's the organic
Mm-hmm.
manifestation of God's source.
That
And
is that
um,
is fascinating.
it is really fascinating. And so oh yeah, so when the OBE I had, um, so I went to my Stargate. My tribe is Tribe 11, which is Tribe 11 is in the UK. It's part of Stonehenge in that area. And I didn't even know it at that time. I mean, I've learned so much in the past 2 years. I found out I can test so many things. I keep expanding, what I can test for the more things I find. Um, and so I had gone there physically, and then about 1 or 2 years later, I had the OBE, and I floated, and I ended up at Stonehenge, but it looked different somewhat. It looked way more vibrant, like way more, colorful and everything. And there at Stonehenge, um, I wouldn't say I could see like everything super clear. Like I knew there were beings like a round and a half circle around it. And in the in between, so on the left and the right, uh, um, it's kind of like a semicircle, but in the middle of that semicircle was the most amazing thing I think I've ever had, you know, well, one of the things that I've seen that was just unbelievable. It was, I didn't know what it was. It was a massive, like 15 feet high at least, flame. It was golden white flames and it was undulating. And I was looking up at it and it was so bright I could barely see it. You know, it was hurting my eyes. And I was trying to, you know, ask, what is this? You know, what am I seeing? And I could only get feelings. And so I got a feeling that somehow I was part of this. I was, you know, connected to it in some way. And I was just, you know, like just in awe, you know, just looking at it. And I really didn't understand the whole thing. But then all of a sudden, everything went completely black. And it felt like I was underground. And what I saw was a heart, a red heart that was made with all these red roses. And the next thing I knew, I was back on my towel out in the front yard.
On the grass. Wow.
And I've after all these years of wondering what exactly that meant was I know now that I'm pretty sure that that was the Christ consciousness. And I am actually part of that lineage, the Christ lineage. Um, and I was also part of the Sisterhood of the Rose, which were groups of women that would reincarnate together over and over to keep the coding and the knowledge and that
Mhm.
thing. And
Were you able to revisit the place since?
Stonehenge, no,
Not physically. I'm talking about either through a dream or OBE.
no, no. I felt like I kind of felt in a way that it was showing me just kind of like acknowledging the work I had done and, you know, and the connections that I have
Yeah, yeah.
and that kind of thing, you know. But that was, yeah, that was the, you know, most significant OBE I've had. And my spiritual awakening was I was doing a meditation and you know, I always yearned all my life to connect with source and to, you know, have spiritual experiences. And I really didn't have any until I was around 60. I'm 67 now. So it was late, but I understand now why, because there's a certain time for me to start doing what I'm doing. Because the Cathara grid, that light body couldn't even be sustained here on Earth until 2012 because the frequencies weren't high enough.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, when I had my spiritual awakening, I had a so with it was through the third eye. It was I was just getting into bed after doing a meditation and visualizing 12 columns of light, different colors rotating around me. And that something triggered. And then I just was starting to get into bed and I saw this shaft of light, white light come down and it was, you know, massive, like bigger than my head come down through me, and it went into the ground through my feet into the core of earth. And when I saw that, in my vision, I fell down to the ground because I was in such awe. And I was like, I knew right there and then that I am God. I am God experiencing himself through me. And that was my spiritual
Mhm.
awakening. But yeah, I've had a lot of I get visions a lot, but the thing for me is with this OBE, I want to have OBEs because I really want to, explore more
Mhm.
what's going on and get the truth, and also find out more about my work. Um, and what's kind of interesting too, I was telling Amber the other day that I had 3 dreams. That's kind of unusual to have 3 repeating dreams.
The
It
same one?
if it's a nightmare, it might be different, but I've never had a repeating dream 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I saw myself and I was walking around grassy hills with all these people sitting around. And it kind of reminded me like of the Jesus kind of like scenery. And I'm like, this is kind of strange. So what I was doing, I was walking around with my right hand up like this, just walking around. And I saw that in 3 dreams. And I was like, I, like wondering, what does that mean? And
So you have big work to do.
when I saw Amber's thing and when I saw Darius's thing,
Yeah.
I asked Amber, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because I've wondered, I thought, well, it's because I have healing hands, because I found out that I'm a healer. And then I thought, that's kind of strange, just one hand. And then I didn't even know what Darius's thing was. I never had no one explain that to me until a couple of weeks ago, and I asked Amber what that meant, and she said that means honesty, integrity, and the truth.
True.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh wow. I want, so that started me thinking of is there a connection in some ways, you know, with this whole thing? So, anyways, what I'm wanting to find out, if somebody would, so I would do the work with the person that volunteered to go through the healing and then find out what their spiritual mapping is, um, and then keep in contact with them to see whether or not there was any change when they had an OBE, you know, after
And
the
you want to see if there's whether it does help to induce
not
more,
no, not necessarily.
not just the accessing of the information to see if there's any
Yeah,
difference.
just accessing what happens on the other side. Does kid some people that are more advanced, I guess, could go back in time and look at themselves or go forward in time. Um,
Yeah.
would they see anything different? That's kind of where I'm coming from on that. Would they see anything that's changed? Would it benefit them in any way? Um, my thinking is it would, even if it didn't, it's still benefiting you now. It's the so I mean, there's so many benefits of having the light body corrected, because it I mean it changes your body, changes your physical body where it's going to start functioning more on a correct level all the way around. And it's, I don't know if you have sensitivities to EMF, but if you get the healing, that's completely gone.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm wearing like Shanghai. I have my Shanghai here in front of my computer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, some
using
people
it
are
just in case.
super sensitive, and of the people I've worked with, that one guy was super sensitive, and after the healing, then he no longer has it, because what happens is the EMF gets trapped in that false light body, because it's not organically free flowing energy that flows in it. It's trapped. And that's what we are trapped basically in this false light construct. And the reason I'm able to do what I do is because that's my gift. Everybody has
Yeah.
gifts, everybody has a gift to share. And my gift is I'm a key saw healer, which is a resurrection light body healer. And that's part of my lineage, my spiritual lineage. And
Mm-hmm.
so and after finding out that, it's like, oh, I didn't know that before I did the healing on myself. I didn't know that. I found out,
So
so.
good. So it's a good thing that you actually found out because then you understand, all those years what you've been feeling, and
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah,
big aha moment.
yeah. I mean, there's been so many aha moments, and then it's like I see miracles every day. I see miracles with people that I've healed, or, you know, the things that I've done and found out. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's yeah. And then I feel like there's a reason I'm here. There's a reason, I found this out, so it's kind of like I'm stepping in. For the past year, I've been stepping into, what I know I should be doing,
That's awesome. Yeah.
this work. But um,
I've been reading up a lot on the biogeometry as well. It is interesting, very interesting.
it is, it's interesting. I've enjoyed it, but it also is based on the false light construct. So it is, so some of it is actually, when I was going through it, I had a friend that was also doing other sciences, and she was tracking earth changes really closely. And it was like the biogeometry that's based on the 10 base, which is the Kabbalah tree of life, is a 10 signets. It's not 12. It's the base 10 math and all that, but we're all like, it's a huge thing we're going to have to break out of, because our math and everything's based on base 10, and it should be 12.
Mhm.
Um, but she was pointing out some things to me, and we were watching that the colors that we used to be able to find with the biogeometry tools it was no longer working.
Oh.
So I would encourage you, if you did take biogeometry, great, but there's things that have changed that I've been able to verify.
Mm-hmm.
I actually even I'm in the process of making my own pendulum design, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of thing, because they are tied. So Dr. Kareem and his family, their black sun, which is a DNA template that's a fallen angelic DNA template. and they are tied to the fallen, systems. And even if they're still, I would say Dr. Kareem is a very good person. Even though he's a good person, he still has, it's kind of like you can't change the eye color, you can't change, your hair color. It's a it's a spiritual lineage.
Yeah, yeah, it's in him
It
regardless.
is, and so all of the tools that he's made are actually attached to black holes, the black hole technology, which is the inverted technology.
Mhm.
And
So it's considered distorted as well to some degree.
right, it
Mhm.
is. It's
No,
just
that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah.
so, and I mean, if it weren't for biogeometry, I wouldn't be here right now. There's Jason. So yeah, it's got its good points, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also got
You
issues.
just have to be aware of the possible
The,
distortion per se.
it's actually like the tools themselves are still connected and resonating with like the fallen star systems like Aldebaran and Orion. Most of those are fallen systems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, there he is.
Better late than never. How's
I,
it going, y'all?
Good, glad you could make it because I made some videos to show
Oh
so
my
that
goodness. Okay.
I could understand more about what's going on. And then yeah, Kim and I just been talking until you got here.
Wow. Well, thank y'all for being patient.
Oh, yeah, no
Just
problem.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so cool to see you, Lisa.
yeah, it's
And
good to meet you guys.
I like your background, the
Oh,
diamond,
yeah, I'm
all
on
the
crystal. I think those are crystals, no?
the
yeah,
crystal. Yeah.
it's actually an AI generated one, but I liked it. So
Hey,
yeah,
better than what I could do with my artistic abilities. So
yeah, I'm an artist too. Yeah. Um,
yeah.
so what I did was I kind of put together a little bit of a video to just kind of show you how I'm able to test things for frequencies and that. And then once I've shown that, then I show how I tested your water. Like, so I'm going to show your water samples, which are photographs, Kim. They're just photographs.
Yeah.
And I took he shared his photograph, and I was able to find out his DNA template and what dimension he's resonating with. So, and then
Oh,
also
that's
I was telling Kim about the two different projects I have. So
okay.
the first project I have, I don't know if you knew about this or not, Jason, but so I do the work I do, the spiritual work I do is light body healing.
Wow.
And the way I
Awesome.
can find out what light body people have is through resonance, frequency resonance.
Okay.
And I mapped out my own light body, and this was before I knew I could, do the healing.
Right.
And with my biogeometry tools. And once I had that, I had a Merkaba light body. I mapped that out on my floor. And then there was something that ended up coming up. A violet ray of light was like right out of
Yeah.
nowhere. And I was like, what is this? So I started tracing that around and come to find out it's a structure should be in all life. It's called the tree of life, basically, but it's a 12th dimensional instead of a 10-dimensional light body. And
Yeah.
all from colonic sciences, that's one thing we've known is that all life has that 10-dimensional distorted light body.
Okay.
I was able to correct my own Cathara grid. That's what it's called, Cathara grid. And I didn't know that I did that. But once I did the spiritual, my light body mapping, I found out that that had the Cathara grid, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that sent
Yeah.
on this. I wouldn't have found
That's the
out
rabbit hole you got in.
all this
in
stuff.
yeah.
I hadn't learned biogeometry.
Wow.
So I'm gonna,
That's incredible.
well, thanks. I'm gonna show, hang on a second.
Hmm.
See, I'm gonna start this video. Hey, everybody. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how we just stumble upon. It seems like we stumble upon these things.
Yeah,
Ah, here we go.
yeah,
And
okay.
then, yeah,
You see
It
it?
all happens for a good reason.
yeah,
So
so awesome.
part of the research that I had started to try and find some people that have OBEs to see whether or not correcting that 12th dimensional light body has any change in what somebody experiences on the other side. Because it increases your, it does make a huge difference in life here now. But this structure is basically the foundation of all life. Like it's not just, it's the micro all the way up to the macro, like, all the way up to inner creation it goes. So that's why I think it's significant. But it, so this is, I'm just, this is a little bit long, but I'm going to show, just kind of how I find out, things. Okay, so I just kind of went to the basic thing on it. Hey, everybody, this is just a general overview of how frequency testing is done through the biogeometry sciences. It's different than saying, asking a question, yes or no, that kind of thing. This is not anything like that. That's mental dowsing. This is where the pendulum is created with special shapes to interact with the planes of existence, this Ikat pendulum designed by Dr. Kareem. But the string length, it's like playing an instrument. When you're finding a frequency of something, you start with a no string length, and then you just keep letting go as the pendulum goes in a north-south direction. And then once it starts having a resonance with the length of the string, the pendulum will start to rotate in a clockwise direction. And then after that, then you just keep allowing more string to come out until you get like a really like super fast, strong swing like a helicopter blade. And that string length, it will represent the frequency of something. And I'm just going to demonstrate with just colors to kind of show you a simple example. So if I wanted to find the frequency of red, this swatch here, I'm going to just put some white paper over it so that I'm just getting that, just getting that frequency available and not the others. And see how I keep letting the pendulum string get longer. And I just keep letting out more string.
Oh.
Until it goes into a fast spin. So that might not be quite red. That's more like almost a maroon color if I really look at it. So I have this color wheel here, but these are colors that resonate with the different dimensions within our time matrix. And there's 12 dimensions that can hold matter. 13, 14, and 15 are sound, light, and spirit. So these are not matter, but they're frequencies. So let's just say that's actually seemed to be resonating with maroon, or magenta, which is D15. And say something does resonate with D15. If it does, it should also resonate with everything underneath that color, that frequency band. And you can see that it does. Okay. Let me see. So so that's just kind of a general example there. So I wanted to show how certain geometries also hold frequencies. This is the 12th dimensional Kathara grid, light body structure that we are supposed to have here being manifest, but we don't. It's distorted, the light body that we hold, that everybody holds, except for certain people that I've worked with to correct this. This is the false tree of life. If you look up tree of life, Kabbalah tree of life, see how the center is pulled down, and there's only 12 signets. This one has, 10 signets. This one has 12. So we also have organic geometries like this crystal lotus flower, and then this is organic. The ones that are organic have perpetual movement of energy. Nothing's cut off. This is the false Metatronic reversal coded flower of life pattern, and it's based on this distortion here. So what I wanted to show was, and so this light body structure, Kathara grid, resonates with dimension 12 because these are all color, the colors of the same things here. So red is dimension 1, and then it goes all the way up to 12. So if I find the frequency of this, and this has to do with how I can get my salt to hold this frequency, and that's what I use to energize my water. So I've got that set now for this. So that's the string length, and so everything that resonates with D12 should resonate with this string length. And if you see, if I put that here, how that it's going in a clockwise direction. And that means it correlates.
Mm.
And if I put this by the false tree of life, what happens when things don't, so if this, the frequency of this in relation to this, in relation to the false, so this is calibrated to this. If the frequencies don't match, then what happens is there, instead of a clockwise rotation like this, then it's going to go in a counterclockwise rotation because the waves of frequency don't correlate and they collide with each other. So that's showing that this is not D12, which it's not. This is the Metatronic flower of life. It's not organic. So if you check that, that's also not correlating to a true organic structure that we should have. And then this is one of the Vedic codes from the Kelonic sciences. It's like Vesica Pisces, but it's not. So this is claiming that it's resonating with D12, 11, 10, 11, and 12. So if I go over that, see how that picks up, it's resonating with that frequency. So if I just go over this by itself, see how it's not resonating? So that's how I can find resonance between things and find out, you know, the resonance of water or whatever it is. That's a basic idea. Okay, now I've got my salt. This is Himalaya sea or salt. I haven't done anything with this. It's just from the store. This is Celtic salt, Celtic sea salt, and I just kind of stumbled onto this idea just last week when some people were trying to, Jason was trying to energize some water. So so everything, so right now currently in this matrix, everything has a 10th dimensional or false tree of life, light body, even things that you wouldn't think would have a light body like that, or should have a light body, but the Cathara grid structure goes down to the smallest particles of matter. It's fractal in nature. It goes from the smallest thing that we can't see all the way up to galaxies. Is this design is part of. So it's interdimensional, creation all the way through. That's why I believe this is a really important structure to have. So the light on Earth and all the construct has been manipulated for billions of years, and so everything right now on Earth has this as a light body, except for the few people that I've worked with, and also the things that I'm structuring. So when I heal the light body, that's what I call structuring. It will allow for 12 dimensions of light to be held within that item. And so regarding this salt, so this salt hasn't had anything done with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the frequency of this salt. Okay, so there's the helicopter. So I'm going to show how this correlates. See how it correlates to this false tree of life? I put it on here. See how it doesn't correlate? It's going in a counterclockwise direction. So that's just verifying that the light body is still, the incorrect light body, the Metatronics cube technology. So we want to find out now what dimension this salt holds. So I just go over each of the colors with it near there, near the salt, and it does correlate to dimension 1. I just keep moving along. It's correlating with dimension 2. So see how it just goes up and down now? That means there's no correlation there. There's a correlation with D2 and D1. So that's the frequency of this salt. It's on D2, and it has the false tree of life. Now, if I take the Celtic salt that I did a structure, which means I corrected the light body on it, and find the frequency for it. It takes some skill to get, good at letting the string go and all that. It's a skill that you learn, if you wanted to learn it. I'm designing my own pendulums too. I'm getting away from using the biogeometry pendulums. Okay, so now I've got the frequency of that salt. So what I'm showing here is how this salt holds the 12th dimensional light body. And if it holds the 12th dimensional light body, therefore it holds at least 12 dimensions of light. If I put the Kabbalah tree of life by it, it's not correlated to that. So that's good, because we don't want it to be correlated to that. And then, so just turn that so it's easier to get to. So I said it was correlating to D12 at least. So there's a D8, D7, D6, D9, D10. So it's higher. It's actually higher resonance than D12. So this is one time matrix. When we go up higher than that, these are the colors that I shared of the higher heavens, which I found the colors through geometries that I've tested. So this is our time matrix here, and then it goes on that. So if it correlates with that. That's, you know, what we just checked. Then there are levels all the way up to the seventh heaven, which is inner creation, and that's this color right here. And hang on a second. So these are the actual geometries that I got the resonance from to find the colors. So I found the resonance, say, of this, and then I went through a bunch of colors to find out what that resonated with. And this is inner creation. And so that's the inner creation is this orangish tint. And then this one is this one here. This one is this color here and on down. And so you can use the colors or the geometries, but seeing how that's actually resonating with inner creation, it's all the way up to inner creation. So, and it should resonate with all these. If it is with, you know, resonating with inner creation, it should resonate with all of these. Even inner creation has this structure. So inner creation to me, I'm still exploring it, but it's 0 point. So that's why I'm saying that 0 point is that color. So this salt, I've got, that's what I want to have people, if they would be interested in drinking it to help with their OBEs, putting like a quarter teaspoon, an eighth of a teaspoon or so in some water. That's what that is. So that's the water experiment. Okay, any questions before
Wow.
we go to the next? Yeah.
I have quite a few questions. First of all, it's fascinating to see all that because I've been reading up a lot on, energy stuff. So it is interesting. I recently just watched Gaia's one of the series by Dr. Gilbert, Sacred Geometry.
Mhm.
So apparently his has got only 10 dimension, not 12. So
That's what I'm saying, you know,
yeah.
that's what even scientists, you know, they go by that. And with understanding that that's not the actual science, you know, they will never ever see the truth if they follow those, you know, the old, you know, the old structure, the old paradigm.
Yeah.
Um,
And as far as those salts are concerned, right? You show the Himalayan salt and it resonates with dimension 1 and dimension 2 only. So what does that mean? So does it mean that it's not gonna have any benefit beyond dimension 2? So it's good for day-to-day consumption, just like
I mean,
earthly
you know, like,
consumption.
so so this whole thing with the salt. So when Jason was talking about energizing water, it struck me that I can structure crystals and all kinds of things, but so I'm like, okay, so salt's a crystal. I'm gonna go ahead and structure some salt, and then I didn't do the video, but I'm going to do a short video, is putting the salts in the water and then stirring it and then showing that that still holds that resonance. The Celtic sea salt in water, it still holds, I mean, and this is unbelievable to me, even it still holds the resonance of inner creation. And
So did you structure that Celtic?
yeah, very, very few things hold that frequency that I've ever
Wow.
tested. So,
So cool.
and the water that did hold it, so I'm starting to drink that more now, like myself. Even though everything I have, I structure, like I put my food on energizing plates and everything. But I'm gonna make a video just showing the difference between the regular water, the Himalayan salt, and the other one.
Yeah.
But
So when you got the Celtic salt originally, right? Was it also dimension 1 and 2 only?
Mhm.
When it,
yeah,
yeah,
I guess I could I could buy some more because
and then you structured it.
I actually have a little bit, I think, in one of my grinders that it's not structured. But yeah, I can show that. I'm gonna write that down.
There.
Let me see.
Hmm.
See. So I guess most of the salts that we got from store, they're all just D1 and D2.
Almost everything is D1.
Almost everything, huh?
Uh-huh. And then that surprised me. Jason's water was D6, which I will show
What
next.
what is Jason's water?
It's
What did you
special.
do? What did you do?
I just I actually got it on Telegram. I did a little experiment. I put a little
Is it a
I took a light, LED light here,
uh-huh?
and this guy I put it on orange because that's what I see when I go out of my body is a big blast of orange light. So I thought, yeah, I want something that correlates to what I see. And I stuck the orange UV light on top of the water and a glass of water. And also I put it in this bucket
Just
so that
tap water
it's
or distilled water?
sorry, filtered water, like
Filtered, yeah.
just drinking
Clean,
water.
clean water.
But
Yeah.
I want to try distilled water actually, but yeah, I
I
just
do
went
have a
with that.
distiller. Yeah, I have a distiller.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just buy it. I just used it for the neti pot for a time, but I've got a new use now. We'll try. But it was kind of cool to see that it did increase the frequency.
So
You can,
how did Lisa check that? You could actually
yeah,
check it through Zoom?
I'll show you in the video. Let's see.
yeah, she could do it just remotely, like with a picture I sent her. So I was like,
Oh,
that's that's
that's
yeah, I didn't think that was a possibility. So
that is
pretty
that is
cool.
definitely
Yeah,
energy transmission.
yeah, got the technology here
Okay,
and the brains.
this one's not as long, but it's yeah. So I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and. Okay, now I wanted to show the. It's kind of hard to see on there. These are the samples of water that Jason sent me. This one in the freezer with the spike on it is his energized water. And this one here is just standard water.
Are those frozen?
So if I take the energized water photograph and find the frequency for it. Okay, so I found the string length. So then if I take my dimensional chart here, so this is Jason's, the Himalayan salt only went up to D2. So it's going higher than that. I already told Jason what it was, but so it's resonating with D6. So that's as high as it goes is D6. I already basically put that down on here, but So you can see it's repeatable. It's not something that's fake. And this is the standard water. It was resonating with dimension 2. I should have showed that. So this, I'll find the frequency again. So this will resonate with the false Kathara grid as well, because like I said, everything does. Even though it has a pretty good frequency, it's still being hindered by the fact that it doesn't hold the true organic eternal life coding. So, okay, now I'm going to check the standard water that's frozen. Okay, now if I put this false tree of life on it, it's correlating with that. Not correlating with that, which is what we talked about. So if I put the photograph by D1, D2, D3, see how it doesn't resonate with D3. At D4. So that's what I had down, was resonating with D2. There's a few other measurements I do too, but that's just kind of showing the simplest way I can explain it. So Jason's water that he did energize got energized to D6. So that's how I find that.
Oh, nice.
And Jason, do you feel any difference between drinking the D2 and the D6 water? Do you notice any difference at all when you drink the structured water?
So yeah, I couldn't really tell off the first glass. I've only done it once, so
Okay.
probably needs more time
Yeah, for
to
sure.
feel something. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know if that's a frequency that I should play with. Really, I'm just kind of. It's just a mad science experiment. I don't know if it'll help me or harm me or anything. So, and yeah, but it'd be cool to keep at it and see see what
For
really
sure.
what helps. I just want, because kind of I'm just thinking that if we could get something that would reach the most people, and everybody's, they can start having these experiences. Like I know there's a lot more that goes into it than just drinking the water. but
Yeah, for sure.
but
At
I
least,
mean it's a
but
something.
if, but you never know, because if Lisa is able to structure the water in such a way, like she said just now, with the
Yeah.
all the way to D13 just now, the inner
It's
inner awareness.
inner creation. It's
In,
actually many times more than our time matrix. So
yeah.
Yeah.
If
um,
we're able to
Wow.
structure to that degree, who knows, maybe it will help with the OBE as well. You
So,
never know.
you know,
Anything to make it easy.
I'm only on level, like, I'm only got the module one, like, from Darius. I don't have access to the other stuff, so I don't know what he's taught about water, which it would be nice if I could,
Yeah.
but I don't.
He talks, as far as water is concerned, he talks about frequency, vibration. Water is all about in the same breath per se. And it's just, the water's all different density, right? For where we are now, ROM 1, ROM 2, and beyond, they're all different density. And that's
Yeah.
why not everybody can access all the way, depending on our frequency. So what you do is totally making sense, because depending on where we are frequency wise, let's say if we are only at D1, D2, so our OBE is going to stay within that range,
Yeah.
right?
So
Makes sense.
this salt, when I finally thought, oh, I can put the salt in water, I could send salt easily in the mail to people that wanted to participate in this
Okay.
experiment. So I'm opening it up to people that would like to that have OBEs that I mean, flat out, it's got to have super amount of health benefits as well. But just coming from the spiritual perspective and OBE, the water might be able to help somebody. But I'm thinking now this is far out there, you guys. Somebody drinking this water may eventually get that light body, because it'll affect your body, it'll affect your spirit and everything. But I don't know, I've never done that, this is all new stuff. Like, I'm just, I have ideas that I think about, and I think now Jason would be somebody that I've already done readings on, that if he would drink the water like every day, or how many times a day he wanted to see whether or not he got the light body, because he may get the light body just from drinking the water. Now, if that's the case, there are a few things that are kind of, I've checked to make sure that nothing negative happens if somebody's, actually has the full light body, because it's something that the opposite side doesn't want us to have. So you can get attacked and things, or
Gotcha. Yeah, from the
possibility,
yeah.
of things happening. So, but that's an easy way for me to share what I have, is through the salt.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And do
And the
you,
simpler the better. Oh man.
yeah.
It might actually work.
And how
So
do you actually structure the salt? Is it using a pendulum thing, or is it a
The
different?
pendulum doesn't do anything, it just
The
measures.
pendulum is just to confirm what it is, just to tell you. It's kind of a measuring tool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's through my hands.
Okay.
It's through the frequency in my hands. Like when I do healing for somebody, or even crystals, I do that. I do it over Zoom, and I hold my hands up like this, and it transmits a high, really, really high frequency. It's comparable to the Rishi identity. It's a Rishi sun identity. And since I am coded to be a healer, a resurrection, light body, spirit body healer, that's the coding that I found out I have.
wow.
That's the reason I can do it. Where other people that might try and use their frequency to energize water, they might get a little bit higher, but it's not going to be anything compared to.
In that case, Lisa, instead of shipping out the salt, maybe it's easier you just go on a Zoom session to just put the salt like this, and can you
No.
structure it? No?
No, it's a lot of work doing that,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't
Hmm.
want. to do that.
Can you actually feel it in your body when you are transmitting your energy, your healing?
Here, see if you can feel anything. Put your hands up. So I have the other person put their hands up.
Yeah.
Can you feel anything at all? You might not be able to.
Yeah. Try. I'm all for it. Fun and games for me. So oh, it's just
Maybe a little,
maybe a warmth,
a little, a little
but
ticklish.
I don't feel a tingle or anything. If anything, it's just a
Just a
warmth.
little bit after a little, I would say after 10 seconds or so, like not immediately after
Yeah.
10 seconds,
Um,
maybe a little ticklish, a little bit of that here.
The way I do it is it's 10 minutes with holding the hands up together.
Ah.
And then I also play as mute, so it's all sound, mute, sound, light, and shapes that I are all combined into kind of the healing thing that I do. So I do the I can not have that for, and do the transmission, and I can, energize and structure crystals and all that kind of thing. But that's for when I work with people,
Right on.
I have that because it's designed to go through each dimension with the sounds of the 12 tribes, sound tones of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is each human angelic has a DNA template that resonates with one of those. And then shapes that are based on the resonance and dimension of the shape, and then the colors of that. And then the sound is also a Celtic harp, which is 12 dimensional frequency.
Oh,
So yeah, so I do it that way. But yeah, so the OBE now, so I don't know, I don't think I talked to Jason about this, but what the OBE one is where I'm looking for, a handful of people that would like to have the light body healing. That would include mapping of your spiritual lineage, your spiritual coding before I do the transmission. Then I do the transmission and the next Zoom, and then the next one is where I reread everything so that I find out where you're at after the healing.
yeah.
And I'm able to tell you a lot about your gifts and what tribe you're from, what DNA template you have, and all that.
That's amazing. You got a fun job.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
I'm all about right now. I'm just doing a lot of research, when ideas are
Yeah.
coming up. But so then what I would like to find out is, does that light body healing, does it change or enhance your OBE? Like when you get out of your body, are you able to access more dimensions? Are you able to, fly higher? Are you able to, like,
Yeah.
see more amazing things, or, because it's going to change your frequency. It's changing your frequency.
I think it will.
I think so.
Yeah,
So
it's only logical, right?
yeah, I mean, if you wanted to volunteer, that I'm doing it for free. I'm not charging anything. And
Okay, I'm all in.
That's what I said.
it's a lot
Count
of
me in.
it's a lot of my time, but it's worth it.
Yes, for sure.
Because I mean, eventually I'm working on, getting out myself, but eventually I hope to find it out, myself, but I don't,
Yeah.
I'd have to go back in time, to experience, what, to look at myself, maybe what I look like compared to, after I got the healing and all that. But yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm going with that. But
Mm,
as
mm.
far as the salt, like if you guys would just, give me whatever it's gonna cost to send some, I'm not sure how much I would be sending right now. So I don't know if you guys do you do salt water or do you put salt in your,
I do
you,
salt every day.
how much do you use?
I use for thermos like this about half a liter. I use almost 2 teaspoons
Okay.
because I use quite a bit. Yeah.
I
And
do about the same, yeah.
yeah.
And then a little apple cider for some reason. Somebody told me that was a good idea, but I don't think it's really doing anything. but
I
but
don't
the
know. I
salt's
don't do.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, salt is for sure important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So about 2 teaspoons a day or something.
Yeah, that's what I do
Per
only
liter.
for half a liter, and then after that I just drink the plain water. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna take a quick break, run up to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna, then I'll
Good idea.
one more video that it's covering, reading Jason's photograph.
Oh.
Photograph.
Yeah.
You mean just by
yeah.
this you could tell just by this?
This is wild stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
It,
Pretty cool.
you'll like it. I think that's why I was like, you better get here, Jason. I think, this, I planned all
Well,
of
I
it.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear about
I'm
it.
oh,
glad
that'll be
that
cool.
you came.
That'll be cool.
Let's take about a 5-minute break
Sounds good.
or
Yeah.
a few minutes. Okay,
Okay.
I'll be back then.
Sounds
Thanks.
good. Yep.
Or like what's your hobbies or what are, yeah.
I'm currently retired. I used to be in corporate doing hardware and software throughout the world. So I used to travel a lot. And then I got into opening yoga studio and I sold my yoga studio. And then I just turned into, so I did it the other way around. So I became a yoga teacher after I sold my yoga studio. Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
So, and I was doing this, on and off a little bit until the pandemic hit. So then I stopped teaching. Then I did online coaching for um, yogahealer.com. So this is who used to be my coach. So I was selling courses for her for a couple of years during the pandemic. And then after that, I just retired. Now I'm retired. So that I can actually focus my whole attention to this
That's
OBE thing.
interesting because that's when
Cool.
I started learning biogeometry was when I retired. Because I was in IT as well, and
Oh,
also different things, electronic. I was worked at semiconductors place and that. But yeah, so I mean my real love was art when I started college. And then I just couldn't make money at it. So
nope.
it was back in the days where you didn't have a lot of the access to people all over like we do now. But
Yeah, I couldn't do art at all. I've always been a math and science kind of girl.
Ah,
all
okay.
all the way.
how about you,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
you interested in?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, yeah, I went to university and I was going to be a computer. Uh, I was like, yeah, let's make a lot of money. So I went into computer science. And about a year I did of computer science, and a friend told me, he said, physics people, because he was an older man who was a computer science in the business, and he said, I don't really enjoy what I do. You might enjoy something like physics or something. I said, oh, sure, let's check into physics real good. And I loved it, and I graduated with my physics degree. And then, but I was more interested, strangely enough, in the atomic physics, the high energy stuff. It was really fascinating because a lot of other theoretical physics that I was getting into was just starting to become philosophy. And I just couldn't, it just didn't sit well with me. So I just kind of, when I graduated, I was wanting to get married, and I was interested in just being a family man, having a wife and kids. And so I did that. Got a Bachelor of Arts in Physics and tried to teach. I found out I'm not the teacher because I'm just the laid back, happy go lucky. I'm not the structured, let's get things
Good for you.
done.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found the best job in the world though. I'm in actually it's a military facility. They build these radio telecommunications equipment for the military. And so I'm just a lowly maintenance guy. I do all the electricals, my main thing now. I jumped into that as a tradesman. And so I could make a living to take care of my family that way. That's all that was
That's
about.
the best. That's the
And,
best.
and yeah, just
Yeah, and that good for you for choosing your heart over.
Yeah.
yeah, you just it's like life is just, you just kind
You
of
are
bing, bing,
lucky.
bing,
You're
bing
lucky.
until you get somewhere. Yeah.
You realize that early because
Yeah,
it's
we
just
were
like
poor for a long time. Yeah.
when I started in the corporate world, when you're young and you are ambitious, I was just
Yeah.
pushing and pushing like I was the meanest person back then. It's like
Yeah.
this. And
Yeah,
this
anything to get ahead. Yeah. I know.
yeah, and this yoga thing, it just fell in my lap, right? Even the yoga
Wow.
business, it all fell in my lap. I had nothing to do with yoga whatsoever until that point. So okay, I had the business for I think 4 years or so.
Yeah.
Then after that, just another thing that fell in my lap, like yoga teacher training, blah blah blah. It's like one thing after another, and then it's all of a sudden I got into all this woo-woo stuff, spiritual stuff.
I know. I was
one
going down that
one thing
too,
led them to
that
another,
route.
and then even that there is stuff is the same thing. I wasn't even looking at all. It just kept on showing up on my YouTube feed, and then okay, all right, let me just take a look. Just like that,
Yeah,
I sign
that is
up.
amazing.
Yeah, it's just meant to be. Just meant to be.
The way you went from being a yoga instructor to
No, from
OBE.
corporate.
Oh
From
yeah,
corporate.
especially. Yeah, that's a big stretch. Yeah, that's huge.
It's a total two extremes, right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Wow. That's fun. It's fun to see where we start and
Yeah.
where we're all kind of
Thought
ending
about
up at. Yeah.
experience, have the full experience in this human body.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's a trip for sure.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna share that next video. Let's see. I hope that's the right. Okay, now I wanted to show the. Oh, sorry. It's kind of hard to see on there. These are the. That's the wrong one. Sorry.
So I bet you guys are in somewhere East Coast.
I'm in Utah.
Okay.
In Texas,
I'm in Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, way up there.
Freaking cold.
Hmm.
I never would have guessed. Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and start this. Okay, now I'm gonna work on Jason's photograph, and he wanted me to do a few readings for him, so I wanted to show how I find the readings for people before I do the healing or work with them to get an idea of where they're at spiritually, through the frequencies and different geometries that are that I find, and I work with the Kelonic Sciences geometries. So this is a worksheet that I write things on, that I find out about. I research out a whole bunch of different things for the individual. But for Jason, I'm going to start with finding his frequency, and then trying to find out which DNA template, human angelic DNA template, he holds. There's 4 organic human DNA templates, and then there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 templates that are fallen angelics. And I don't know yet which one he's got, but I like to start with the human angelics. Now, these DNA templates, similarly to the manipulation that's done with this Metatronic inverted geometry and life form, this is the same thing. It's designed to where these individuals don't have the capacity to ascend or transmute out of this time matrix. And so these are the fallen ones that have these. So I'm just going to go ahead and test and see where Jason's at on the DNA template. So the 12-strand DNA template is the one that Jesus or Jeshua brought back to help encode humanity with that coding. And the Cathara grid itself wasn't able to be sustained on Earth until 2012. So it's fairly newly, it's something that we can now hold, which we weren't able to hold before.
Wow.
Because Earth didn't hold that high a frequency in order to sustain holding it. But it does now. Earth holds the Cathara grid. So taking Jason's photograph and then putting it near this template, that's where that was the right one for him. So this one is a Golden Sun DNA template. A lot of Norse people have that template. It also, each one of these has a spiritual lineage that goes with it. There's more descriptions that I have on them, but this is just cut down the geometries.
Mm-hmm.
So the Golden Sun, if that's what turns out, and that looks like it is, they are some of the most psychic people that I'm familiar with. They're very intuitive. So Jason's got the Golden Sun DNA template.
Wow.
And then let's see what frequency he resonates with. So if I just go through the dimensional colors, he's resonating up to D2, D3. So D3, which is good because most people are just on D1. So resonating with D3. This is got an upside down sequence of like layers of an onion, kind of like. So this is the highest in our time matrix, this light body, it's D12. most people that have not had the Cathara grid healing will resonate up to these radial bodies. This is the physical DNA. This is the DNA blueprint. The Merkaba light body is 6-dimensional. This is the lotus flower body, which is 8th-dimensional. These are crystal thought and light forms. Those are D9. These are the tribal shields, the family tribal shields at D10 and 11. And this is the Cathara grid. So what I wanted to show was when I can find out how far along that Jason is, which one of these resonates with him. So he's not resonating. So if he was resonating with D12, he would resonate with this. This is kind of an out of place, but that's kind of where I had to end up putting it. So if he was resonating with D6, he would resonate with this, but he's not. This is dimension 8, but see how if he's not resonating with that, then he's not able to hold or interact with these different patterns fully.
Wow, fascinating.
So the healing that I do is through frequency transmission from my hands. So I use my hands, and I can do it remotely through Zoom or in person. But that's what I'm wondering is how this correction, if it does anything at all to what happens when somebody has an OBE. Are they able to access more over there with the higher dimensional frequencies that they're holding? Or does it make any difference whatsoever? But I know it makes a difference in this physical realm, because the people I've worked with have had massive spiritual upgrades that have happened. And usually I work with healers to enhance their healing abilities. But this is just the basics of what I do. So, yeah, I wanted to show that. So I hope that helps.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I appreciate that.
That's just a little part.
Taking that ugly mug.
The
Mhm.
Golden Sun, their lineages are like the avian, the birds, and the seraphim angel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hooded angel.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, because I
So
did
what
have
what is that?
yeah.
What does that now mean? Meaning, I'm just trying to figure out like what is the more practical way, knowing what you know now, what can he do to enhance? I don't know, like either mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, what can he do?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of things you can do to improve yourself. But without the Cathara grid being healed, I mean, so there's different camps. There's the self-healing camps, which is, they won't accept healing from anyone, which I get it, I get it. You're not wanting to give your power away, but yet, so in Kelonic Sciences in the community there, Ashiana, she's always talking, about different things. But the way it is right now with, say, the general population, it will be 900 years until they can get to the point that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
that's a lot of a
and
lot of
I
incarnations.
I'm here to start the ball rolling. I'm here to help people that want to change, because once you get this correction, it will help you right now. You don't have to wait 900 years.
Wow.
You're going to be able to start using what your God-given gifts are. I've been
That's wonderful.
investigating the God particle too, and the God particle, I believe, I just got an insight today about that's been
Yeah.
also overlaid with the incorrect structures, so they can siphon that off. And once that's corrected, within your body, all the cells have the right structuring. You know that there's good, stuff that's, going on. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess the most practical thing to do now is to correct his light body from the 10 to the 12. Am I right? Because you want to come from
So even
top down.
the
I'm
light
way
body,
down.
that light body is there, the 10th dimensional. Some people do already hold like up to 8th dimension.
Wow.
Those are very few.
Yeah.
Those are very few people that
But
have,
Jason's got like 3, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
which is
Hey, I'll take it.
it's good, like he's moving, he's done work to, improve himself.
Yeah.
And so what this, I think the big picture of this is, and also as far as healing goes, I mean, to me, that's so we are all God, we are all a fraction of God, we are all part of God. So when I do healing on myself, that's just my portion of it. If I do healing on other people, it's still the portion, it's still God, I'm still doing healing on myself, it's just like thinking about it in a different way.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wow.
well, when I heal you, I'm healing myself. And I was able to actually go back in my ancestral lineage genealogy just recently to see if my ancestors got the healing, and they did.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And not all of them did. The ones that have the same coding that I do got the correction.
Oh man.
So,
That's awesome.
I mean, it's like, you know, it's hard to explain to people what I do and how important it is. Like I talked to Amber and she said, I don't, I'm not into that because it's, we can heal ourselves. We can, and I'm like, yeah, you probably, I don't know if you could do the cathar grid or not, because you need certain codings, just like the stargates that each, your DNA templates opening that stargate. Now I have the coding for all the stargates. That's my coding. I have like, you wouldn't believe the coding I have. So I can do much
Oh,
more than other people.
need to get out of body. Yeah.
It's, I was telling Kim about this dream,
Mhm.
3 dreams I had where I was holding my hand up like this and walking around people. And it, because it repeated 3 times, I'm like, that's really strange. But it didn't dawn on me until recently that, okay, what does a hand mean? Darius's hand, right?
Yeah.
And I asked Amber and she says, oh, that's integrity, honesty, that kind of thing. And I don't know why, I don't know what the connection is or why, that was. I thought it was
Yeah.
a healing type of a thing, but it could be that as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just fun exploring, like different things.
Wow,
It's exciting.
very exciting. And the fact that you're here and you're the one doing this, like you affected generations before you, is a wonderful feeling, I know. Uh,
Yeah, I think
that's
I
so
can
awesome.
see my ancestors, in my face when after I checked and looked at, look and went back,
It's
and
a lot
then
of excitement there,
and
yeah.
that's makes me feel like so close, to them because, it's kind so like say there's genes that are recessive or how the genes are passed down,
Yeah.
physical body genes. It's the same thing with the spiritual
Hmm.
lineage.
That's amazing. Oh, so cool. Yeah, with the I was just kind of reflecting a little bit about what you were sharing and the avian lineage. That is kind of interesting because I've had I don't know, I've had one OBE where I was just in a park and there were people at benches with birds, these huge birds. And I was like, I felt like I was on Sesame Street, to be honest.
Now
I
it's
was just,
making
I'm
sense.
going with the flow, you know.
Yeah, now
Uh,
it
But I
makes
could
sense.
fly. It's so cool
it,
when you get out of body. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I'm jealous. I'm like, I want to,
Mo- most
want,
most
it'll
of my
happen. It'll
yeah,
happen.
most of mine is offline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying always, if you
And
can. That's the top.
I've got a couple like I was in the void, but
Yeah.
very
Yeah, you
brief
get
though, just a
absorbed in it.
few seconds. And then there's one that I saw like big flame, and then
Yeah.
there's this object, a flying object that looks like the spaceship.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but it's a lot smaller. It's like then a lot of this little sands or pebbles hitting me. It's like maybe
Mm.
those are the stars. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of OBs like that in the void. Yeah.
oh,
But
And
I haven't had any success lately.
no, me either. I haven't been drinking the salt water too much either. So I've been kind of thrown off my game a little bit by life. This life's just kind of taken a few different turns, but with my family, but they're it's starting to calm down where things are. The holidays are ending, and I think it'll be easier after
yeah,
after this month.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
probably.
That's cool. Yeah.
but that is so cool.
It's kind of like for me, it's been I tried practicing a couple nights a week at first, and then it just took too much out of me. Like I need my sleep, and so then I've
Yeah,
done I've done the gateway. I bought the gateway tapes, and I'm doing those when I can, just in the afternoon, kind of like relaxing. Um, and I've been trying different things. I've devised a headband in that with my
yeah. I'm
crystals,
still on my
if that
Zoom.
changes anything in the pineal gland.
Oh, not much longer. Yeah,
I know there are all kinds of gadgets
Oh
that
my God,
claim to help, but
yeah,
all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so
but I think the bottom line is, from what I've heard from those people who are regular, we just have to set an intention and
keep
let
doing.
it go.
Mhm.
yeah.
Easy said and done, right? Yeah. So
That's a
still
big
working
part
on
of it.
Yeah.
so many things.
And the cool thing is that I've noticed I can kind of stay conscious right to the point where dreaming begins. I don't really hit my sleep paralysis very often.
Mm.
And
I
so,
hardly,
you
yeah,
know,
I hardly.
yeah, it's like I
I just show
blank
up
out.
somewhere
Yeah.
else.
And then yeah, and and a lot of times I'm just lately I've just been dreaming, and I've been conscious dreaming because I'm thinking about what's happening and I'm trying to understand things and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm still trying to practice protocol one, but it's but it's already I'm already past that point, starting over, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just had a dream.
Yeah.
and
Actually,
it's
I've had quite a few of the
yeah,
OBE dreams per se. I was just like
yeah.
I was trying to fly in my dreams because I thought I was out of body, but then actually I did. It's like it's funny.
It's yeah. So a lot of that dreaming is we're out of our body, but we're
Yeah,
just kind of
we are already out, just different consciousness.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him.
Are you there, Jason?
We lost him. Okay, so what's next?
So, if you would like to work with me, I can set up Zoom. Well, what I'd like you to do is send me just shoot me a photograph of yourself.
You mean mail it to you?
No, just
Facebook?
through Telegram is fine.
Oh, just
I
emailing.
can
Okay,
just
send it.
print it. I can just print it out. And then I'll do the your spiritual lineage readings. And then what I'll do is I'll let you know when I get it done, and then we can set up a Zoom call and go over that.
Yeah.
And then do the healing on you, and then after that, then I'll reread everything.
Then after that, I'll tell you, Lisa, I've had OB every single night.
And the thing that I just want to exchange is for you to write down, and how if it's easier to type it out, because I'd like to just get some
Just give you
feedback.
a report, like a feedback, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
feedback on what, if anything has changed, or what you're experiencing as
sure.
far as OBE. You will have ascension symptoms too, which isn't that drastic normally, but it will be maybe your body heating up
Mhm.
because of the higher frequencies and that kind of thing. So,
I do experience that sometimes when I practice.
mhm.
Yeah, because I'm way over my menopause already. I'm way beyond. So that's no longer the reason. I think it's like when I practice, like I said, maybe the frequency is
Mhm.
different.
But yeah, so there will be symptoms, but it's nothing to worry about. It's just something that
Like what? So that I can kind of look out for it.
So like I said, some overheating maybe of your body, maybe there's a whole list of different things. It's just kind of an individual type thing. But one thing that is a plus that you'll probably notice right away is it more clarity of mind. You're not having the mind chatter and that kind of thing. And yeah, just like my third eye is opened, like it's not always open, but I've seen a lot more. Oh, there he is. I've seen a lot, with my inner vision since that has happened. There you are.
yeah. My phone decided to
Oh,
die on me. I
oh,
just I plugged it into the wall finally.
okay.
Been kind of fighting it a little, but we're good.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So, I was just telling Kim about how we would work together. So she's gonna send me her picture, and then I'll do the research, and then I'll just continue working on yours, Jason.
Well, I appreciate y'all that you've done. You've done more than you just wouldn't believe. It's just amazing. And the fact that you have access to what you do it blows my mind. I
I
just
mean, it blows
I
my
know.
mind
just
too.
kept yeah,
Yeah,
like
the knowledge that you've got, oh my God, it's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
yeah, I was actually reading about I looked on your on the paperwork that you sent me, and I saw MOE is Melchizedek something something something. It was a whole thing, about the Maharati, and it just went down this huge it was a huge tunnel of information I wasn't really expecting.
Now, the
But it's
colonic
pretty awesome.
sciences, yeah, that's where I've gotten all of my, information about what,
Yeah.
like the history of Earth, the real true history of Earth. Those are the books that I read first from Oceana. They're called Voyagers 1 and 2. I have the PDFs if you guys ever want to get that. It's difficult reading. It's kind of written in a way where it's just, just pure facts almost, it's kind of, but it is good to, when I first got
A study.
exposed to
Yeah.
her, Oceana Dean on, Carrie Cassidy interviewed her around 2011. That's when I saw Oceana. And as soon as I started listening to her, I said, this is my truth. I know this is my truth. I found it finally, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Exciting.
from there, I tried doing different techniques, read her books, some of her books, but she's had workshops where she's still going. She's still, bringing information in and all that. But yeah, it's the combination of the biogeometry and then those geometries.
Yeah, you can't just Google that stuff. There ain't- yeah,
When I started my healing business
that's so
last
cool.
year, or at the beginning of last year, it was like I mean, if I tried to explain what I do to people, how are they going to understand it? Well, how will they know? And I had a coach. I invested in getting a coach to help me, and it's still difficult, but it helped a lot. He refining it. He goes, "How would you explain what you do to a kindergartner or like a 10-year-old?" And I'm like, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
you have to
know.
really you have to stretch a little bit to get to that point. Yeah, you just starting with a blank slate, That's kind of what OBE did for me. It just pretty much reset everything, like all my beliefs,
Yeah.
everything. I was like a kid again, and my wife was like, "You sound like your son." And, 'cause he's, you know, he doesn't want to be forced to believe anything,
Yeah, that's
and
good questioning.
yeah, he was questioning the established beliefs that we were in. Christianity. This is the Bible Belt down here in Texas. But
Yeah.
I was, yeah, it like I was a blank slate, like just
When did you have your first OBE?
uh December 2023. It was yeah, so yeah, I
Mine
stumbled
was
upon
September.
Darius and I said, man, if he can do it, maybe I can do it. And
Oh no, I was
yeah,
this 24th September 20,
about a year and a
24th,
half.
yeah. 24th, yeah. I think September, last September.
Wow.
Yeah,
24th.
So you don't go into sleep paralysis? I can't get in, really, I can't get into sleep paralysis.
I used to before I knew about OBE a couple of times, not frequent, just a couple of times.
Hmm.
And then you just like, there's ghosts, I'm like trapped. I can't move.
yeah.
That's how I experienced it, yeah. But when
It's
I
a
actually
hard way to do it. Yeah.
yeah, when I actually wanted it, I never got it. No, I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I just love kind of bumping into that first part of your dream. If you're conscious at all and you just wait and sit with it, you're going to go out of your body if you're there. And but the sleep paralysis, I've hit it a few times, come close, and it's so uncomfortable. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
My first one was actually when we were doing the number targeting.
Yeah.
That's when I got
Oh,
out. That was the first time.
Wow.
And I could feel that, maybe those were my guides, the two guys that were spinning me. So I got spun out, across the hallway all the way to the dining room where I put the number. Then I kind of like, am I out? You know, kind of, it was blurry. I could see the number like 3 or 5, you know, and
Yeah.
then I got too excited, went back. And the next morning I checked, it was 5. So, oh, okay, I managed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Confirm.
was, yeah,
Wow.
confirmed that was out. Yeah. And yeah, a few times, you know, sometimes I woke up um, not from my bed here, but because I'm from Malaysia, right? So I will wake up from the home that I grew up in many times.
Yeah.
You know, it's that then I would go out there and then I'll fly around, you know, in the neighborhood. But it's always within this realm. Only
Yeah.
twice that I actually managed to get to the void. Yeah. Otherwise, it's always on this realm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly me too. Yeah. Just kind of
Mhm.
hanging around the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Every time,
very,
every time I call
very-
up halls of Mente, I shout out, you know, I got sent back.
Let's see if that changes now, like once we do the healing, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So I was just telling Kim, I I will do the healing and all the work for free, but I just want you to keep notes
yeah.
on things that you may have noticed might be different, you know, if you go out of body for me.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, absolutely.
the water, do you want to do you both want to do the salt water as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
and then I
structured
will,
fault.
you know,
Yeah.
if it's gonna cost you money to send it to me, so I will definitely, I want
Yeah.
to compensate you for that. I don't want you to, you know, you have done this. This is like more than
You've
what
done
you're
well.
supposed to do, and I want to make sure that
Yeah.
it's not more than that. Yeah, I definitely
It, we'll have to see. I'm not sure how much I would send, but like I could send one of those postal boxes, you know, like so because a few tablespoons in an envelope probably is not a good idea, you know. And that's not going to be enough
yeah,
anyway,
that's gonna sustain me for 2 days.
you know. So I can put it into if you want, I can just get some more Celtic salt and then like give you a batch of that, like, and just
Yeah,
say how much that was, you know, and then I'm
I
not
do.
gonna, you
I normally do the Redmond salt, the one that Darius uses.
oh, is that the one he uses?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one he uses. So I
We
use
can
that
get that
now.
one. I can get that and do and structure it.
Yeah, just do the Redmond. Yeah.
I was looking up salts yesterday online, and Redmond salt is actually from Utah. I didn't know
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What about you, Jason? What kind of salt?
Yeah, I'm a Celtic sea salt guy myself. I might. I was trying to think how I could, like, I've got these because I did a lot of DMSO stuff once upon a time. I have these little brown bottles.
Bottle.
I could pour the salt in and ship it to you, postage paid, and
Oh, I can just buy
or
some.
you can just do it. Yeah, I was
And
trying to think of a way to make
oh,
it easy for you.
it would be easier if
Yeah,
I just, yeah, get shipped what I have. That would
yeah,
be
and I Himalayan or Celtic is either's okay. Yeah,
okay.
so no worries on my account, nothing special. But I appreciate you doing it though.
I
That's a
know.
big.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we did Himalayan salt, because I'm gonna do some Himalayan salt, structure of Himalayan salt.
Actually, I'm good either way. It doesn't have to be Redmond.
It's
Whatever you're
it's
working on,
cheaper. It's just cheaper, the
yeah,
Himalayan salt. That's all.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're working on, because once it's structured, it doesn't matter what salt per se, right?
Not really.
Because it could be,
Yeah, the Celtic salt has more minerals in it. That's why, you know, as far as
Yeah,
health wise goes. Um, but if you want, it doesn't matter what, just let me.
whatever that's convenient for you, Lisa, I'm
Okay.
cool. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever that's convenient.
Okay.
yeah.
And then
Easier the better.
what I'll do is I'll start working on your charts, your charting out your spiritual lineages. And then after that, then I'll contact you. And what, Kim, I know you're not working, but Jason, do you work during the day then?
Yeah, I'm just a 8 to 4:30 kind of person here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
too bad a schedule.
That's a good
I could
schedule.
do something
it's-
on the weekend, too, or evenings. Are you
Yeah.
Central Time?
Yeah, I'm just an hour ahead of you, so it's not a big.
So we're all
And you are,
on,
yeah, you're
I'm
another
Eastern.
Are
I'm
you
Eastern.
Mountain Time?
Eastern time.
I'm Eastern.
Eastern.
About 3
Okay.
hours from Mountain Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 hours from Mountain Time.
Two,
1 hour
Yeah,
from
2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours from Mountain.
just staggered out wonderfully. That's
I
not.
know.
So I don't know if you guys went, I think, Kim, I might have seen you there at, that thing that Amber.
Friday
had
night.
Friday.
Oh yeah, that was
That was
mind
fun.
blowing.
Yeah. But I've been thinking about, so this salt experiment, it's in its it's just, I mean, and it was just an idea since last week. But I'm almost feeling guided to, I don't know at what point I would contact that lady Marinella.
Marinella. Marinella.
Marinella.
Mhm.
I'll probably go to her thing next Friday and see what she's saying, but I'm interested in, she's gonna show some things about using water,
Water. Yeah.
like how to do fasts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's also kind of, doesn't sound like she wants anything, that's kind of the whole thing though, like it's like, so if you're, say you add supplements, right, to something, or that kind of thing, you're still, or you're putting a label on it or whatever, you're still changing the frequency. Now, what's the difference between the structured salt added, or if you put a sign on it, or if you bless it, or, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just kind of keeping my mind open, where, you guys will be the ones basically starting out with it, with the salt water and the healing, but I really think that this could benefit a lot of people, but that's to be, proved. I don't assume things. I always, want to find out
Right.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We're
that's
gonna report back to you, Lisa, saying that we have OBE every night.
I hope it gets way out of control with the OB.
Yeah,
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 I'm okay with that.
I know.
It's yeah. So if that happens, you'll be the first one I'm gonna let know.
okay. Well,
That's
I'll
for
keep
sure.
in touch, and then thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you
Yes,
for
thank
doing
you.
this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
truly appreciate that. So I'll send you my picture and then we'll be in touch.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll see you
Right.
guys in the Telegram.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
Miss Kim. It's good to meet you too, Kim.
Yeah, good to meet you guys in person. Like Jason, I think we have probably answered to each other's posts quite a few
Yeah.
times. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen your name.
yeah, I know. It's good to see, it face to face, right? Now that we can connect on a different level. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool.
Oh, and one thing before
Not so
you
in
go
person.
is the people that do have the fallen angelic templates. Now I have, that's one of the experiments I have done is I can correct those inorganic templates to be, so what I do have that I have the coding to read reinstate the true organic design template.
Yeah.
So that's, it's called the Chris Code. And that's what I hold. I hold the ability to do that. The individual that has a fallen angelic template, if they are on the path to,
So that means you can get in touch with Dr. Kareem.
well, I don't know if he would listen to me, the people that do have that, if they are interested in,
Mhm.
in doing it and truly committing to being, on the good side, like doing good, being in love. I'm not here to judge anybody, we don't know why they have
Yeah.
these templates or what happened in their past. It's now that matters. It's not
Yeah.
what happened.
Speaking about the pendulum, Lisa, you said that you're gonna come up with your own, right?
I have a prototype now.
Yeah, okay. Is it supposed to work similar to what Dr. Kareem's idea? Is it
It's kind of based
like
on
the one
that.
you were doing just now? Like
No, that's his.
that's his, I know, but the purpose of yours, is it
It'll be the
supposed to
same
work?
purpose, but actually, what blew my mind was when I tested the frequency of the photograph or the CAD
Prototype.
drawing of my pendulum.
Mhm.
After I sketched it all out and sent it in to this guy that I wanted him to create a CAD design for me. I tested the frequency of the pendulum, and it has the same frequency as inner creation as well. So it's like
So you can just wear it pretty much.
my voice, what I create and all that is just, it's resonating with me. So that's just what
Wow.
happened. It's just, it blew my mind. It blew my mind.
So
That's awesome.
So,
I love this.
yeah, there's a lot of things about the template of the human that I just never, I heard even Darius speak about, urine therapy, the urine matches your template, the soul is the only thing that, you can't be possessed because the soul matches the human template. But I never knew that much more. so it's pretty cool to kind of get and see that there
Too
are
many
different
rabbit holes. Too
templates.
many rabbit holes now.
I know, it's right.
and see, I haven't really
But
been able to dive
pretty
deep
wild.
into Darius's stuff yet,
Yeah.
I just have the level 1, and even that's a lot for me to, try and do. My husband just got diagnosed with prostate cancer,
Gotcha.
stage 4, and so I've
Oh yeah.
had to cut since November. I've had to really cut back on what I'm doing and try and, say, okay, you know, I need to, take care of these things that are coming up. That's my priority as much more than, trying to, meet people and do things. But this is on the fun side for me,
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. So
That's cool.
yeah.
And I hope he gets, because I know that's miserable what he's going through, and I hope he
He
gets.
lost 40 pounds. 40
Yeah.
pounds. He weighed 190. Now he's weighing 130.
Wow.
40. He's skin
Okay.
and bones.
Yeah,
Like
Wow.
he's lost it too fast. Yeah.
too fast. He has
Mhm.
he couldn't even stand up in the shower to take a shower. That's how, and he went downhill from around August
Yeah.
Mm.
and
It's stage
till
4.
November. So they've got some treatments that they say will help. It's one of the ones that they can treat pretty well. But
Yeah.
since it's spread the way it's spread, it goes to your bones.
Oh,
Prostate cancer, when it metastasizes, it goes to the bones. So he broke his wrist already, and he's afraid he's gonna fall and break his hip or leg.
I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
scary. So
My
it's kind of
I've got a brother-in-law who has I don't think it's prostate. It might be prostate cancer. He's got cancer, but yeah, his same thing. It got into the bones,
Mhm.
and the guy's already survived a widowmaker heart attack a couple times over. He's a big boy, and so right now he's in a wheelchair though, and very weak, and he's very upset he can't eat beef, and so they got him on chemo, radiation, and
That's no fun.
yeah. So
My
he's
husband's
not a happy
he's not
camper.
going through that because he's kind of he knows he's way psychic. Like he was in the secret
Wow.
program. He found out he was recruited when he was 9 years old.
Holy moly.
And he was they so what they he ended up finding out through, just things coming to him, remembering. Most of it's with marijuana, it helps him remember. He they trained him to be a psychic killer.
Gosh,
Wow.
if that was a possibility, but I think somebody thought so. Let's go for it, kind of thing. Wow, that's crazy.
And I mean, he was on Mars and all this kind of stuff, just but for him, he's been through so much hell. He
Yeah.
just doesn't want to live anymore,
A lot of, yeah.
He
And
just, he just, I'm ready to go.
that's kind of like my
Wow.
brother-in-law. He's just like, I'm done. I don't want this anymore. Kind
Mhm.
of the way he feels. And so yeah. I mean, the soul, it's got the
Soul's
will
eternal.
to
Yeah,
save
the
the life
soul's
or to just end it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. But you're there for him, and
And I'm
that's
trying to be.
yeah, and that's hard. But
that's
it's
his journey too, right?
yeah,
His journey.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about having him do an OBE and that kind of thing, but he's always like, he's so connected to the other side. He sees ghost spirits everywhere. When he was a little kid, he said, that movie that's I See Dead People.
yeah.
He goes, Lisa, that was me. That was me when I was a little kid.
So
And
he doesn't need OBE.
No, he's there.
yeah, I'm
It's
like,
pretty much
He's the more
there.
than
are
that
you
already.
kidding me? Like, but he's actually the one that helped me, get where I am as far as helping me. Like he would tell me, like, oh, there's a person, a spirit guide here. He would see angels, like, and tell me, like things, and that I wouldn't, have known. And he would tell me messages, from Mother Mary or like Jesus and all these kind of things, and so he has a lot more guidance, I think, than most people.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
That's
connected.
fascinating.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had MK Ultra programming and all that.
Oh boy.
It's
So
amazing how they take advantage of you when they figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
once they figure out you have this special gift,
and everybody, normal people will be like, "You crazy,"
they don't care about the normal people.
but the people that know
yeah,
the power, behind the
um,
powers that be, they know how to take advantage of you.
yeah.
They yeah, they sure
They
do
know how
manipulate.
they know somehow how to find out,
Hmm.
who has the abilities.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What tests are they doing? Because I think it's through testing in school, and I'm like, what is the test that what is it that they're finding out? How are they doing it? I don't know.
I
Yeah.
know it's interesting that they release those documents on
CIA thing on that gateway. I've been
the
reading
gateway,
that.
yeah, experience, and
There
so
is there is a video version of it which is a lot easier to kind of comprehend. I finished reading the documents, then I found
yeah.
a video version of it on YouTube. If you guys are interested, I can send it to you.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
what's interesting is they release that information, but uh, I just wonder if now I don't know how they put you under for an OBE, but I'm sure that's a thing now that, they've probably got some agents that are like, let's,
BE experts.
yeah, let's
For
put them down
sure, for
if they can
sure.
do it, and just keep them
Yeah.
on rotation,
That'll be your
Yeah.
next job, Jason.
It's pretty, yeah, I don't want to sign up for that one. Yeah,
No, never. Because once you sign up, you can't
yeah, you're
get rid of them.
sold.
You're done.
They own you,
Yeah.
right?
They own you. Yeah, you sold your soul.
They know where you are all the time and you don't get away. Yeah. So no, thank you.
Even now, if they want to know where we are, they could. Everything
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah, definitely.
everything is captured,
Pretty wild stuff. But
Uh,
it's still wacky, crazy stuff to the, everybody else. It just blows my mind. So I'm just so glad to be with y'all and to not be so like distracted from truth and reality.
yeah.
That's all I've ever wanted. I'm just so done with not
It's hard
doing
to,
life. Yeah.
it's so hard to speak to people outside of this community, right? It's like you can't even talk about this. It's like they'll look
Yeah.
at you like, are you
It's like
crazy?
My
it
family
doesn't
thinks
compute.
I'm crazy.
Not at all. I can't even.
I'm the black sheep or whatever you would call it, or
Oh yeah,
And it's
I,
the
you
natural
you're a
stuff,
witch.
too. That's what
You're a
kills
witch. I'm sure they call you.
they just I try they're Mormons and I try and tell them about the
Oh, yeah.
genealogy because that's a big thing in our in that religion. And I'm like, okay, guess what? I was able to map out and find out that some of these ancestors have the same spiritual coding that I have. And not everybody has it. So it's, it's recessive kind of like and all this. And they're like
What?
not even knowing what to say,
No
like,
acknowledgement.
What are you
Yeah.
smoking? What are you smoking?
yeah,
Yeah.
anyway. Okay,
I
well,
love it.
thanks for your time, you guys.
Thank you.
Really
Yeah.
It's been
Yes.
it's been very nice connecting with you guys in person, So I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more of this conversation to come.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll be in touch and I'll schedule, I'll get a hold of you to go over your readings and then figure out what to know how to do the salt. If you want to send me your addresses, that's good. So do you think there's any customs things that's going on if I send it to Canada?
I think salt. I don't think so.
Okay,
No.
we'll see,
Yeah.
but it's
Unless you're
a lot
sending
better
some.
than sending it to like over at the UK in the UK or somewhere in Europe. It would be
Flying it.
a lot more clean, easy to send to Canada than somewhere like that, I think. But
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. And just
Awesome.
as you have time, because you're gonna be taking care of a sick man. I know.
Yeah.
So no worries. But I
Yeah.
appreciate
No
everything.
rush.
It's
No
been
rush. Our
so
OB can wait.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take care, you.
You too. Take care of your hubby, and we'll talk again.
Okay,
Yeah.
see ya.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, bye.